guys don't know, I do these live trading sessions just so I can journal my trades. Also, I help you guys out. If you guys having any issues, you can watch what I do. I do follow the trend, wait for a pullback, and we take our entries from a containment candle or a pullback candle. So let me make sure my sound is coming in. Give me 1 second. All right, we good. We good. All right, market should be about to open in about a couple seconds. There it is. Market just opened. All right, we do have Powell. Powell is speaking at 10 a.m. So we got to watch our risk management. Also, we need to watch our trades. I'm not really looking for no big trade today because market can be real choppy or it can be real trendy when Powell is speaking. So we're gonna watch the market real heavy today. We are on a 2-minute chart. We are on a 2-minute chart. Give me 1 second. All right. So SPY has opened up around this 602 level, same level we got rejected from yesterday. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a little sell-off this morning. Like I said, Powell is speaking at 10 a.m. He can move the market, or the market can get real choppy when he starts speaking. So we ain't gonna be too aggressive today. Take it easy. Just see what the market wants to present to us. That's all we're gonna do today. So let's see what happens. We got Tesla dropping off here pretty early. Tesla came down, look like it's retesting that pre-market high right there. Nvidia is retesting. Yes, if you guys do see something that I don't see, call it out and we'll look at it. But it will be very volatile today. Make sure y'all watch your risk. Don't blow up your account. Powell does speak at 10 a.m. Yeah, Garber, good morning. Good morning. What it do? All right, let's see what's going on. So market pretty strong here to start. Mm. Where's the video? Just seeing what's happening right now. Seeing what's happening right now. Give me 1 second. Let's see what's going on. All right, we're getting rejected a little bit. We're getting rejected a little bit. Maxo, what it do? What it do? Eric, what it do? What it do? Good morning. QQQ strong early. Amazon strong early. I'm gonna load up Amazon calls. Load up Amazon calls. Let's see what happens right here. See if we get rejected or not. The video is strong as hell. All right, I'm watching Amazon. We need to get above these. All right, I'm gonna take an entry on Amazon. Small entry, small entry. I'm light as hell. I'm light as hell. Amazon calls. Kind of early entry, but I want to see something right quick. It is an early aggressive entry. Let me see something right quick. What it do, Mason? See if we can get a quick scalp on Amazon. Because NVIDIA strong, AMD strong, Apple strong, Tesla strong, Google strong. See if we can get a quick push. If not, stop loss is below this candle right here. This pullback candle. I mean, very light, guys. Just getting some exposure. If we hit our stop loss, oh well. I like to pull back candle, not really risking too much. All right, we pulling back. Let's see what happens. NVIDIA is pretty strong. AMD. Come on. See if we can bounce off VWAP real quick. I'm only down 11%. I'm an Amazon call. It was aggressive entry, guys. I don't expect you guys. Let me see if I can scalp this real quick. See if we can bounce off this VWAP. Amazon 233. Yeah. Still holding Amazon. I'm only down 8% right now. I'm in Amazon calls right now. Come on, bro. Still pulling back. Like I said, don't be surprised if it's choppy today. Might be a little choppy today. Power does speak at 10 a.m. Power does speak at 10 a.m. All right, guys, I'm out of Amazon. I only lost 10%, not even $50. Um, I just wanted to get some exposures just to see what was going on. But let's see what happens right here. Yeah, Powell speaks at 10 a.m. See which chart's pulling back. We got Tesla with a hard pullback. Risk management is key today. Risk management is key. You don't want to blow your account today. Still bouncing off VWAP right there. I want to take this SPY or QQQ pullback. But it's still going down. Look at this shit. But we holding our lows. I load up QQQ calls. I'm trying to see what the hell going on. Let's see if we can break these ranges first. Let me stop trying to take aggressive entry. Let me wait for us to break some of these. I'm trying to take the breakout, but if we don't break these levels, it's not even gonna break out. So let me be patient. Trying to see if I can hit like I hit yesterday on the video, but market ain't gonna give us an early movement. So we really gonna have to dissect this morning if we can find us an entry. But this is a decent pullback right here on QQQ. Bouncing off the 236 level. The video retesting pre-market high. But it's still pulling back. Look at QQQ, man. Yeah. We ranging a little bit. Y'all see we moving sideways. Like I said, Powell speaks at 10 a.m. Don't be surprised if you get a little choppiness. Today, you probably want to look for quick scalps. 10, 20, 30%. I should have took that QQQ entry. I could still take it. I'll load up the video calls. I don't like how we not moving though. I don't like that. All right, I'll take an entry on the video. We got a pull back here at the pre-market high. I took the 134 strike price for calls. You don't have to get in, guy. You don't have to get in. I mean, the chart just giving me a setup. I'm just taking my setup. I'm not in heavy at all today. Not in heavy at all today just because Powell speaks. You don't know which way he can move the market. My stop loss is below this pre-market high right here. Let's see what happens. If we get stopped out, guess we just gonna be chilling, waiting for Powell. We down 3% right now. Nvidia just giving me the setup. Went up, started a trend, pulled back at the pre-market high. And I'm trying to take a break and retest entry. That's what this is called. We broke our pre-market high. We're retesting it right now. We already retested it and we bounced off of it. So hopefully we can get a little push up off of it. I'm only down 2% right now. SPY definitely gotta get the moving. SPY QQQ. Don't be surprised if we get choppiness. I'm not in no more than five contracts. I'm real light today. Let's see what happens. Stop loss, pre-market high right here. We might range today. I wouldn't be surprised. AMD breaking out a little bit. Everything kind of ranging. MU getting a little bullish. Yeah, I don't like this price action. We ain't even moving. Y'all see that? Look at Amazon. I mean AMD. MU pulling back. Look like Nvidia ain't don't want to give me nothing. Position sizing is key today. Position sizing is key. I'm only in Nvidia because it broke my pre-market high and we're holding the high. So we don't get back under this pre-market high, I will hold stop losses under this pre-market high. Test the real choppy. Amazon choppy. What went up, came back down. Google pulling back. Yeah, we probably about to pull back. Yeah, we pulling back. Ooh, Broadcom. It's 949. Yeah, this the choppiness you don't want to get caught in, guys. Market waiting for power. Choppy market. But y'all know me, I take way more risk than you guys. All right. We're only down 5% right now. It's sitting by my stop, but we're gonna hold and see what happens. Choppy ass market. Thought we could get at least about 10% out of it real quick, jump out real quick, you know. If we don't, it's all good though. I do like this Broadcom right here. Broadcom look like it's about to drop off. Got rejected. It's getting rejected off an open price level right there. As soon as we get down past that consolidation, Broadcom might go crazy, bearishly. But you see, Nvidia still holding. I'm only down 3% right now. It's 950. I'm gonna go ahead and move to the 5-minute chart. Nvidia is at my stop. I'm probably about to exit. I'm only down 5%. I'll exit. Nvidia don't want to do nothing. Finger on the trigger though. All right, 5-minute chart. Okay, Nvidia look like it want to wake up a little bit. All right, we up 2%. 2% right now. MU breaking out. Damn. Sitting at break even right now. I don't like these wicks right here. But we're not risking a lot. That's why I like the setup. Keep my stop loss tight. So my risk is only about 6%. So if we get under this pre-market high, I'll exit. TM. Damn, AMD took off. Missed that one. If Nvidia can get up above 135, it's gonna be crazy. But we sitting at break even again. We getting rejected. I wouldn't be surprised. Good morning, Mindful Matters. Good morning. Don't look good, I ain't gonna lie. Don't look good for Nvidia at the moment. Still holding the level though. We down 4%. Damn, I wish we can get a push to my profit target right here. I'll get out if we can get a little push. I only want about 10%. That's all I want. But you see SPY still sitting under 200 moving average. We just moving sideways. That's all we doing right now. Market really look like it's setting up to fall off. All right, guys, I'm about to exit. We sitting at minus 2%. Let me hold real quick, see what happens. But look like QQQ dropping off and SPY about to break down. We still holding our level. That's the only reason I'm holding. I think 135. It's a lot of buyers sitting right here at 135. A lot of buyers and sellers sitting right there. But you guys know it's the stock market. We can only take what the stock market want to give to us. You know what I'm saying? We back up 2%. Nvidia just don't want to break. All right, we broke the highs. Let's go. We up 5%. There we go. Okay. All right, 6%. All right. I told you we was holding. I'm going to hold just because we was holding our levels. Power does speaking a little bit, so I'm going to take an exit here soon. And I will chill and wait for Powell. We up 6% right now. Yeah, we breaking down. Yeah, 3 wicks. I'm going to take my exit here. I'm going to take my exit here. All right. I ain't even going to play with it. I don't like the setup. We keep getting rejected. I'm out. Damn, I think I got out 1%. We got up to 6%. I don't like the setup. I'll wait for Powell. I'll wait for Powell to speak. I ain't want to lose no money on that. I don't like how Nvidia moving. All right, yeah, we're gonna see what this Powell talking about. Let me see if I can. Pretty sure somebody got it. Watching the video take off every time I exit. All right, yeah, that was a decent exit. SPY don't want to get up above that 200 moving average. Sideways action right here, baby.
Excuse me. Can I ask you a question? How much do you pay for car insurance?
I think I'm paying like $350 a month right now.
I got Powell's pulled up over here on my iPad. See what happens when he start talking.
Said it really bring in jelly roll a year ago. All right, yeah. Started this up. We got this is not a break.
Oh shit. See the market about to move. They about to start power's about to start.
I remember last time it had some technical difficulties.
Market will start moving a little bit. Don't be surprised you see a lot of choppiness.
I was at midpoint. We don't know. It depends on what they say. Market pop.
Best thing to do is watch and react. Let me get some water right quick. All right, I think he's speaking right now.
That is why the Federal Reserve is supposed to be an independent institution free from politics. But in recent reality,
See if I can bring it up here real quick.
take for example the Fed's revolving network to clean the financial system. A group dedicated to green Fed joined December 2020 as President Biden was about to assume office. Just last month, the Fed announced that it had pulled out of the organization as President Trump is getting ready to be sworn in. To the American people, this is flip-flopping in the political thing. Too much focus on climate change instead of supervision is consequential. And in March, just two
All right, he's not speaking yet.
some of the failure.
Got this guy right here.
SVB marked the third largest bank failure in U.S. history and the largest since the 2008 financial crisis. Yet just 2 years ago, we saw the failure of Silicon Valley Bank. SVB marked the third largest bank failure in U.S. history and the largest since the 2008 financial crisis.
So
Yet
Powell
not a
will speak
single
in a minute,
federal
but
regulator was held to it.
take this guy out. So yeah, I'll watch that closely, see what the market does. I wouldn't be surprised we'd be choppy, man. It look like we're gonna be choppy today.
For such egregious failures.
But just wait, see what the market does when he starts speaking.
Premise all of us fact that over the last 4 years, the Biden administration and Biden office have devastated
Tesla breaking down.
families' ability to support themselves. During Joe Biden's time in office,
Damn.
oil prices rose by 22%, energy prices 34%, transportation costs 31%, groceries 22%. But that's not all. Thanks to Biden's office, 2/3 of Americans have less than $1,000 in their savings account.
He said thanks to Biden, less than 2/3 of America has less than $1,000 in their savings account. He said thanks to Biden.
And 2/3 went to women, African Americans, and Hispanics. It's time to once again make America's economy work for the folks working paycheck to paycheck. Joe Biden broke our economy, and Donald Trump will fix it. For too long, bank regulators have followed a black box regulatory framework with little to no.
They ain't really said nothing yet. I'm watching it.
Recently released foreseen supervisory documents
I'll let y'all know when Powell speaks. Or shit, y'all probably watching it too.
was real.
Y'all see the market really not doing anything.
Unacceptable practices in following the Democrats' first operation. We are seeing an unfair playing field that results in disastrous consequences for legal businesses and law-abiding citizens. On one hand, if you were in the private sector and you do your job poorly, you face consequences, reprimands, suspensions, or even being fired. But if you are within the walls of the federal government, such as a bank regulator, you will face no consequences for your actions. Even if you pressure a bank to cut off services to digital asset firms, political figures, and conservative aligned businesses. To me, that goes against the principles of fairness and market access. Over the last 2 years, as the ranking member of this committee, I have consistently argued that Basel III endgame proposal will raise costs and limit credit access for our
Look like we're getting a little bearish right now.
proposal was not final. Uncertainty surrounding Basel III banks, the capital on the sidelines, limiting access to that capital for local small businesses across our country. Now, as chairman, I plan to work to rectify the issues with the Biden administration. Chairman Powell, I look forward to hearing from you on the Federal Reserve's future and the plans that you have for right sizing the financial regulatory framework, specifically around Basel III. To create jobs here in America, we need to make sure there's capital and liquidity in the market. And we also want all Americans, even those who are
Bro, I hate how they have all these extra speakers, not who we waiting on.
start new businesses, grow existing businesses, buy a home, and pursue their They're not looking to
SPY is definitely getting rejected from his highs. Probably about to reverse. We need to get under these levels. See if we can get under these levels and get a push off of SPY.
And I hope that we are getting ready to clean that slate, start afresh, focus on a healthy economy. Ranking member 4.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chair Powell, it is no secret that you and I disagree on the need for strong bank regulation, on monetary policy, and on the
Now they got another speaker. Where is Powell at?
public servant who cares about this country. We are in an unprecedented moment. Our financial systems are facing huge risks from the economic chaos of President Trump.
Oh shit. Okay.
From tariffs to
There goes SPY. You aggressive. Go ahead and take a short on SPY. SPY look like it's about to drop down, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Meta's dropping. Tesla. They got some lady speaking. Miss Warren. I don't know who that is. Oh, they talking about Tesla. Oh, they talking about Elon Musk. They said Musk and his Doge crew. Tesla selling off. We still choppy. Y'all see that? I wouldn't be surprised if we get choppiness while they speaking. I'll let you know when Powell speaks. He hasn't spoken yet. They're calling Elon's crew hackers.
I also expect we want conspiracy to shutter CFPB. Unlike the Treasury payment structure, you can see if the CFPB's funding requests have been manipulated. I understand that some extremists have a different view of how
We're gonna be choppy. We're gonna be choppy.
Do not make the Federal Reserve to this illegal and sully the reputation of the bank. Keep the CFP funded exactly as the law requires. We are in the middle of a crisis as Elon Musk tries to take over our government.
She's saying Elon Musk is trying to take over the government
It's now clear that
with Dogecoin.
Housing costs even worse. And they put Americans' jobs at risk, making it more difficult for them to afford a home and for small businesses to be able to finance their operations. I urge you to move more rapidly to bring down interest rates, beginning
trying to
with a
make
meaningful
Powell break
rate
down the
cut
interest rates.
next month. You have proven you can move quickly when it is politically expedient. After President Trump was elected, within the space of just a few weeks, you scrubbed seemingly all mention of diversity and inclusion from the Fed's website. You withdrew from an international central bank group that shares information on climate-related risks to the financial system. You instituted a hiring freeze that will limit the number of
Look at
cops
Powell.
on the Wall Street
He
beat.
was like for the
And
cuss
you
out.
announced plans to gut big bank stress tests. I can see the immediate political appeal of your strategy, but ultimately,
I just want to show y'all that we watching the market though. I want to see some reactions off of Powell's speak. That's off of Powell's testimony. That's the reason why the market is a little choppy right now. Everybody's waiting on Powell's testimony. And even if you aren't interested in politics or anything like that, you still got to pay attention. sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
The Federal Reserve remains squarely focused on achieving our dual mandate goals of maximum employment and stable prices.
All right, Powell just started speaking.
The economy is strong, but we've made significant progress toward our goals over the past 2 years. Labor market conditions have cooled from their formerly overheated state and remain solid. Inflation has moved much closer to our 2% longer run goal, though it remains somewhat elevated.
Oh, we going up.
We are attentive to the risks on both sides of our mandate. I will review the current economic situation before turning to monetary policy. Recent indicators suggest that economic activity has continued to expand at a solid pace. GDP rose 2.5% in 2024, bolstered by resilient consumer spending. Investment in equipment and intangibles appears to have declined in the fourth quarter, but was solid for the
Some ugly
year.
charts, man.
Following weakness in the middle of last year, activity in the housing sector seems to have stabilized.
Probably gonna be a day we gotta take it easy.
Solid and appear to have stabilized. Payroll job gains averaged 189,000 per month over the past 4 months. Following earlier increases, the unemployment rate has been steady now since the middle of last year, and at 4% in January remains low. Nominal wage growth has eased over the past year, and the jobs to workers gap has narrowed. Overall, a wide set of indicators suggests that conditions in the labor market are broadly in balance. The labor market is not a source of significant inflationary pressures. The strong labor market conditions in recent years have helped narrow long-standing disparities in employment and earnings across demographic groups. Inflation has eased significantly over the past 2 years, but remains somewhat elevated relative to our 2% longer-term goal. PCE prices rose 2.6% over the 12 months ending in December, and excluding the volatile food and energy categories, core PCE prices rose 2.8%. Longer-term inflation expectations appear to remain well anchored, as reflected in a broad range of surveys of households, businesses, and forecasters,
Ugly
as
charts.
well as measures from financial markets. Our monetary policy actions are guided by our dual mandate to promote maximum employment and stable prices for the American people. Since last September, the FOMC lowered the policy rate by a full percentage point from its peak, after having maintained the target range for the federal funds rate at 5.25% to 5.5% for 14 months. That recalibration of our policy stance was appropriate in light of the progress on inflation and the cooling in the labor market. Meanwhile, we've continued to reduce our securities holdings. With our policy stance now significantly less restrictive than it had been, and the economy remaining strong, we do not need to be in a hurry to adjust our policy stance. We know that reducing policy restraint too fast or too much could hinder
Same thing. He don't want to move the Fed rates.
At the same
They're
time,
asking him to
reducing
move
policy
the
restraint
rates, but he
too
don't want to
slowly
move
or
them.
too little
Now you see
could
QQQ
unduly weaken
reacting.
economic activity and employment.
He don't want to
In
move the
considering
rates.
the extent and timing of
Investors
additional
like
adjustments
that.
to the target range for the federal funds rate, the FOMC will assess incoming data, evolving outlook, and the balance of risks. As the economy evolves, we will adjust our policy stance in a manner that best promotes our maximum employment and price stability goals. If the economy remains strong and inflation does not continue to move sustainably toward 2%, we can maintain policy restraint for longer. If the labor market were to weaken unexpectedly or inflation were to fall more quickly than anticipated, we can ease policy accordingly. We are attentive to the risks on both sides of our dual mandate, and policy is well positioned to deal with the risks and uncertainties that we face. This year, we are conducting the second periodic review of our monetary policy strategy, tools, and communications, the framework used to pursue our congressionally mandated assigned goals of maximum employment at stable prices. The focus of this review is on the FOMC's statement on longer run goals and monetary policy strategy, which articulates the committee's approach to monetary policy, and on the committee's policy communication tools. The committee's 2% longer run inflation goal will be retained and will not be a focus of the review. Our review will include outreach and public events involving a wide range of parties, including Fed Listens events around the country and a research conference in May. We will take on board lessons of the past 5 years and adapt our approach where appropriate to best serve the American people to whom we are accountable. We intend to wrap up the review by late summer. Let me conclude by emphasizing that at the Fed, we'll do everything we can and to achieve our dual mandate goals that Congress has set.
Just wait until he's
for monetary
done speaking,
policy.
man. He'll be done
We
in a
remain
minute.
committed to
It's not
supporting
a
maximum
long
employment,
speech like
bringing
last
inflation
time.
sustainably to our 2% goal and keeping longer-term
See if the
inflation
market reacts a little bit
expectations
after it when he's done, but
Success in delivering on these goals matters to all Americans. We understand that our actions affect communities, families, and businesses across the country. Everything we do is in service to our public mission. Thank you. I look forward to your questions.
he's just gonna
Thanks,
answer
Paul.
questions.
Certainly your words and your actions have a global impact. You have the opportunity and responsibility of leading this country in the right direction economically. And I thank you for your commitment to having a conversation with all of us about how you did that well. You and I had a conversation yesterday. Some of it was frustrating, some of it was illuminating. But in the end, my goal is to make sure that the American people, specifically those working paycheck to paycheck, have more opportunities to succeed, not fewer. You have said that the Fed is not against innovation, and banks are perfectly able to serve crypto customers as long as they understand and can manage the risks. Yet you have admitted that the threshold has been a little higher.
Hey, I'm about
for banks
to take
engaging
these
in
Tesla
crypto
puts right here, though.
activities. Last week, I held a hearing on deep banking.
Tesla passes counter right here. I'm
Once
gonna
again,
take
heard the
a
federal
entry on
banking
Tesla puts.
agencies, in particular the Fed, use reputational
Don't follow me,
risk
I
as a
take
tool to
risks.
encourage the banking,
Don't follow me,
other
I take
legal
risks.
industries, and law-abiding citizens for
If we can
political
get right
reasons,
here,
not
I'm gonna take
tied
this
to
Tesla
safety and
put though.
soundness. Debanking is a top priority for this committee.
Look like
and
we
certainly
just
is for me,
reversed though.
and one that I believe is a bipartisan issue. Will you commit to working with this committee to end debanking, including working with the new vice chair of supervision once appointed to revise the Federal Reserve supervision manuals to remove reputational risk as a tool to weigh in on political topics?
I'm happy to make that commitment.
Thank you, sir. Accountability is very important. I would like to think accountability is a priority for everyone, especially the Fed, given that failures in Fed supervision can result in the loss of billions of dollars. Yet following the failure of Silicon Valley Bank, which was in part due to the failures of its regulators to identify egregious mismanagement of interest rate and liquidity risks, we have yet to see any regulators be held accountable. And as you recall, that was a point of my frustration that as a guy who spent a lot of time in the private sector, 15 years running a few businesses, I can tell you that accountability is a necessary part of making the entire organization healthier and perform its job
We choppy, man.
as well as possible. I'm encouraged that the
Y'all don't lose
FDIC
your
has
money
begun
in
the
this
process
shit.
of holding SVB executives
We
accountable.
got enough. We
That's
got
good
3
news.
more days this
But
week.
no Fed employee has been fired,
Them
put
in
on
these
probation,
speeches, they got it real
put
choppy.
on a performance improvement plan, all of which would be expected in the private sector, as I just mentioned, for employee failure. Please explain to me why Fed employees are held to a different standard from my perspective than everyone else.
I ain't
And
gonna
what are
play
you
with this
planning
chop.
to do to take accountability for Fed failures in supervision?
So we've actually done quite a lot in response to the events associated with Silicon Valley Bank. So we've done many things. In terms of specific accountability, what we found was this was not a case of malfeasance or nonfeasance so much. It was a case of people were carrying out a specific playbook that failed to cause us.
I'm just chilling. I just want to see if the market reacts to these questions. That's all I'm doing. I'm not in any trades right now unless I see a significant push. How Powell can move the market. I ain't gonna get it nothing else. It's real choppy right now.
And not enough focus on basic bread and butter banking, credit risk, liquidity risk, interest rate risk, things like that. So as we discussed yesterday, we took very substantial steps to avoid further spread of those issues, and that was successful. But I understand your point on accountability.
Because this is one of the areas where you see the approach to looking at safety and soundness, and with the number of MRAs that when really documented, but no action was taken. That leads me to the conclusion that individual employees, supervisors, should have been held account for that. I'll move on though. In the past, you've supported tailoring regulations so that we ensure banks of different sizes thrive and to preserve our diverse banking system. Will you commit to working with me as chairman to make sure that financial regulations do not impose more burden than is necessary? I'll say that this comes after a number of conversations with community banks and regional banks that have continued to stress that the cost of the regulatory framework around them isn't just harsh, it's oppressive. Larger banks suggest that the cost per employee for the regulatory framework is $10,000 per employee. I think we can do better and would love to hear your thoughts on that.
First of all, I will commit to working with you on that. We do try to avoid excessive burden.
That's
Look, I
looking
think
good,
it's
boy.
fair to take a fresh look on, frankly, on debanking. I think we all see both in your hearing and in the
But I've been
House
watching
side,
the
we
price
hear
action.
a lot of people talking about that.
I don't like it.
And it's time to take a fresh look. I think we don't intentionally do these things.
But it is a nice
sometimes
pullback right
regulation
there,
leads things to happen, and we need to be working on that.
I appreciate that. And I'll turn over to the ranking member. I'll say this, after having a number of
Bouncing
conversations
off
with
the
CEOs of banks around the country, one of the
23.82.
things that was made clear to me was specific statement from the CEOs that the regulatory OCC and the other regulatory agencies said specifically to debank certain industries. And that is the point that I'm making, and one that I think we have to solve. If it's legal in America to do business, we should do our part to make sure that they're banked.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So over the weekend, Co-President Musk and Acting Director Volk
Co-President Musk.
effectively shut down CFPB. No more cop on the beat looking out for
It
a
said
family in
Co-President
South
Musk.
Carolina facing an illegal foreclosure. No more cop on the beat looking out for your grandma whose bank account has just been taken over by a scammer. No more cop on the beat looking out for people getting ripped off by giant credit card companies that are charging illegal junk fees. It also means that the CFPB is no longer doing one of its most important jobs, examining big banks to root out illegal conduct before it happens, or at least stop it before more people get hurt. Chair Powell, if the CFPB isn't—
They're questioning Powell. I'm just listening to the answers.
who is administering
Anything Powell
JP
say, he
Morgan
can
or
move the
Wells
market. So
Fargo's
I'm just
consumer
listening.
compliance
Not in any
exams
trade right
to
now.
ensure that they are following the law?
Senator, I believe that, and you would know, that Dodd-Frank moved all authority for examinations in the consumer space to the CFPB. We still have some jurisdictions.
We'll talk about that in a sec. But the answer to my question, please. If the CFPB is not there examining these giant banks to make sure they are following the laws on not cheating consumers, who is doing that job?
I can say no other federal regulator.
No one, in other words. So thanks to Co-President Musk and CFPB Acting Director Volk, Wall
They
Street
called him
banks no
Co-President
longer
Musk.
have to show the bank examiners that they're not illegally opening accounts people didn't ask for, like happened with Wells Fargo, or charging illegal junk fees like the Bank of America did. But CFPB has jurisdiction only on banks that have more than $10 billion in assets. So what's happening in thousands of community banks all around the country, those that have less than $10 billion in assets? So Chair Powell, as you know, the Fed oversees consumer compliance for state member banks that have less than $10 billion in assets. Has the Fed suspended consumer compliance exams for those smaller banks, or is the Fed still on the job to make sure that those smaller banks are following consumer financial laws?
Still on the job, business as usual.
All right. By forcing the CFPB not to do its job, President Trump, Elon Musk, and the author of Project 2025, Russ Vought, are giving Wall Street banks an unlimited get-out-of-jail-free card so they can cheat working families, even while community banks continue to play by the rules. You know, for any Americans who have money deposited at JP Morgan or Wells Fargo or any other of the giant banks, they should now know that there is no one on the job to make sure that those banks are not
Spy
scamming.
QQQ breaking out.
Only the smaller banks now have a cop on
Little
the
bit.
beat to make sure that they aren't cheating consumers. You know, if I had my money in one of those giant banks, I might think about going to a smaller bank where the protection, at least right now, is a whole lot better. Now, at the same time that the CFPB is under attack, the Fed is buckling to pressure from Wall Street to erase other safeguards for the too big to fail banks. During the first Trump administration, under your leadership, the Fed weakened the big bank stress tests, including by giving the big banks some of the answers to the test in advance. I called you out on it, but you promised right here in this committee that you would not give those banks the whole answer key. I'm going to quote you back. You said, complete knowledge of the models could lead to a model monoculture in which all firms have similar internal stress testing models, which could increase the correlation of risk in the system and miss key idiosyncratic risks faced by the firms. I agreed with you. But several weeks ago, the Fed announced that it has plans to do exactly that, hand all of the answers over to the giant banks. Chair Powell, why is the Fed about to propose a rule that directly contradicts your own testimony and, in your own words, would render the stress tests toothless?
Senator, in essence, because the ground has shifted very substantially in administrative law, and we actually want the stress test to remain resilient to that. And so we're making changes to accomplish that.
Well, the changes are changes you've identified earlier as making those tests toothless. Look, the big banks are going to juice shareholder payouts and leave this economy more vulnerable to a crash. The Fed is knuckling under to bank lobbyists. We know how this ends. People will suffer. Wall Street will get bailed out. I urge you, Chair Powell, to serve Main Street instead of Wall Street. Don't weaken these rules.
Thank you. Senator Rounds.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Mr. Chairman, thank you for coming before the committee. I appreciate the opportunity to visit with you. I've got a series of questions, but I would like to give you an opportunity, if you would like. The suggestion that the ranking member has made here is that the big banks can now
Give us a
scam
couple more minutes.
individuals right now. Any change in the laws regarding how they're supposed to be treating the individual consumers out there or anything along that line?
Law changes? No, I'm not aware of
Any
law
changes, any rules that they would have to follow?
Not that I'm aware of.
Are they still audited, and do they still have the regulators in watching all of their businesses just as they did before?
Well, they'd have all the regulators except for the CFPB.
Very good.
If in fact, in the hypothetical, the CFPB weren't carrying that out.
Anything else you'd like to add before we move on?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As we continue to prioritize the stability and the resilience of our financial system, the ongoing Basel III rulemaking process has remained front and center in shaping our regulatory framework. I guess I was rather outspoken with my opposition to the original proposal, and further work was stalled at the end of the last year. I guess my question for you today, sir, is could you provide an update on the Federal Reserve's progress in finalizing the Basel III Endgame rulemaking process?
I'd be glad to. So we remain committed to completing Basel III Endgame. We think it's good for U.S. banks. It's good for our economy that there be a global standard beneath which foreign banks can't fall. And that was one of the big ideas behind the whole Basel committee approach. So where it sits now is we await leadership arriving at the OCC and the FDIC, and that seems to be happening. And when that happens, we're going to sit down with them and work our way through to a Basel III Endgame proposal. I think we can do this.
All right, guys, I'm about to wrap it up in a minute.
One that is compliant.
They ain't talking about nothing. Market ain't doing nothing.
And also consistent with what other large jurisdictions are doing. I'm optimistic that we can do that fairly quickly, and we're committed to doing that.
We always wanted our banks to be competitive with European banks. I'm just curious, the original proposal that was in front of you, and I'd like your thoughts on.
All right, guys. As you see, the market gonna be choppy like I said earlier, probably gonna be choppy today. A couple stocks breaking out. We got Meta breaking out a little bit. Probably after his speech is over with, might see some movement in the market around noon, lunchtime. But right now it's just a little choppy until they get finished. So I'm gonna call it a day for right now. I'll probably look at this charts a little later, but I'm gonna get off here for now. I'll be back tomorrow, live 9:30. Y'all already know. Y'all take it easy. Have a great day.